Good Saturday morning. This is again 25. This was, remember the text I said yesterday or 2 days ago about, I can't remember, where the guy doesn't do anything wrong, he just doesn't do anything right. This is the text, okay? I just saw, I said, well, if I went ahead and maybe did my homework, I wouldn't be wasting your time so much. But anyway, Jesus told his disciple, a man goes on a journey, and he called in his servants and he trusted his possessions to them. One he gave 5 talents, another 2, and third one 1, to each according to his ability. Then he said, think of the virtues, think of the virtues and the talents, okay? Your human capacity. He went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 talents made 2 more, see? But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of the servants came back and settled accounts. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing him the additional 5. He said to the master, you gave me 5, here's more, and here's 5 more. His master said to him, well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I'll give you great responsibilities. Come and share your master's joy. And the one who received 2 talents also came forward and said, master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I made you 2 more. Master said to him, well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I'll give you great responsibility. Come and share your master's joy. Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you didn't plant, gathering where you didn't scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is. His master said to him, you wicked servant, you lazy servants. So you knew that I harvest where I didn't plant and gather where I didn't scatter? Should you not have put my money in the bank so I could have got back with some interest? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he'll grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. Throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there'll be wailing and grinding of teeth. What's the guy condemned for? See? He's condemned because he didn't use his talents. He didn't exercise the virtues. Even a minimal, small amount of virtue has to be practiced. See? You only had 1 talent, but you have to use that talent, you see? See? You don't have to be as talented, as it were, talent, playing off that word, as the guy with 5. More is expected of the guy with 5. He better do double his money, okay? But the guy with 1, you started with a nickel. If you can make me a dime. The guy with 5 at $5, he ought to make him 10. It's the talents. Everyone has talent, and everyone has to answer for the proper use of that talent. Did you make the most of it? Not did you bury it? Did you play safe? The gospel is never a gospel to play safe. It's always a gospel of adventure. To make use of the talents you have given. You've got to answer for what I gave you as talent. What difference did you make? What difference did you make? If you don't mind me going to Plato again, a line that makes a great deal of difference. I wonder if these guys ever, Matthew and those fellas ever came across the Neoplatonism, Platonism, and Aristotelianism was permeated that whole region of the world, the Mediterranean world. I wonder, because in one of Plato's dialogues, I believe it was the Sophist, the questioner asks Socrates, what is it to exist? And he says to exist is to make a difference and have a difference made. Why, what a great line, to make a difference and have a difference made. When God asks us of our life, I think he might ask us in those terms, what difference did you make? And did anything have a different make it? Did you accept the differences that could have been made on you? Did you receive the love of others? See? Were you open to their love? See? Were you open to their love? And did you love back? Did you make a difference? I think that is something that certainly stays out of my mind. I hope that in the final end of things and final judgment on my life, that I at least made a difference. That I made a difference. What kind of a difference? Whatever that was called upon for me to do, did I do it In a sense, did I make use of the talents I was given to make a difference? That I made a difference? In whatever. Not that I was innocent or safe, but that I make a difference. See? And I think that is true of everyone. I think when God, if you're married, He's going to ask you, what difference did you make as a spouse? What difference? As a parent, what difference did you make as a parent? What difference, you see? And to what extent did the people I gave you in your life make a difference to you? How much did they influence you, and that you invited their influence in your life? See? Not only did you seek to make a difference in theirs, were you open that they could make a difference in yours? Did you allow yourself to be transformed by the love of another? Yeah. Were you open to the transformative power of love? See? It's not just did you make a difference, but those that I gave you in this world, did they make a difference to you? Can that story, put it another way, can your story be told, your narrative written, without the people who are in your life included in it intrinsically? Can your story be told without them? I know mine can't. From my family, the Passionists, the people that I have loved and been loved by, you cannot tell my story without telling the story of my family, both here and in Italy, my grandparents, etc. You can't tell my story without the Passionists to this moment. You cannot tell the story of my life without St. Mark, St. Parish, St. Tim, St. Mark's, but the people, not the institution, alone, the people, especially the friends of such intimate communion, the ones who really have walked with me, most of whom are dead now. You cannot tell my story without Junie and Bill, Ange, Uranie, Dick Heinrichs, so many, who so impacted my life with love and respect, love, and the companionship of life. You can't tell my story without it. You can't tell my story without the Passionists, Flavian, who brought me into the outfit, my classmates, 3 of whom are dead, Tom, Malcolm, John, my classmate Terry, his parents. You can't tell my story without their story. See? They made the difference, you see? I hope I have made a difference, but my story cannot be told without those being, their names and their influences being present in the story, insofar as their love for me has helped shape me and affected me, that I was adequately open to their love and the impact it would have on my life, and that I would make a difference in return. That's the truth. And I think there's nobody out there listening to this thing can't ask that. What difference did I make with the people who I have loved and been loved by, the people of my life, on every capacity of life? And how much have I left myself open that they can impact on me, that they could make a difference to me, that I am no longer, my story can never be told without them. Without them. I am the confluent, the active confluence of those I have loved and been loved by, come together in who and what I am, my story.